Hi there, I'm Dario Ponissi. Good to see you all.
Ciao, I'm Romana Maiori.
Once again, welcome back to Joint Adventure.
Level 2, how are you?
The rhyme. Look at them with all their guitars ready.
Yes, me too. What's in store today?
Oh, special stuff, as usual.
Good, like what?
Oh, well, in this fifth exploration in search of your inner guitarist, we'll further extend our capacity of making music by performing a sort of doubling trick.
It sounds like fun. And I'm sure it will be. So relax, breathe deeply and...
Play on.
Play on.
Play on!
Play on!
Alright, this is the major scale in G, which we studied already, of course, but today, as I said in the introduction, we were going to perform a doubling trick. Probably you already understood what I'm going to do, which is basically try to extend the major scale in G to its next octave. We spoke about octaves, but I just want to remember together with me. The octave is when you, for instance, start from a G, okay, and you go in search of the higher G. In this case, you can just play a scale: A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, and you find. Okay, this is the octave. So from one G to the next one. So we're going to look for the next G, which of course is higher, basically extending the scale of major C 2 octaves. So basically this is what we're going to do today. So we have reached this position, which I remind you is on 4th string, 5th fret. We were playing it with our pinky. And we continue, we go on the 3rd string, second fret, where we find an A. Then we look for a B, which is on the 4th fret, always on the 3rd string. Then again, we use pinky, always on the 3rd string, and we press the 5th fret. That's a C. The next note that we had to find is, of course, a D. So the D, we find it on 2nd string, 3rd fret. Then we'll move to the 5th fret to find an E. Then we go and look for F sharp on the 1st string, 2nd fret. And finally, on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, we find the final G, basically. So we have covered 2 octaves. Okay, you might have a question here. Why do I play F sharp? If you remember, to build a major scale, you have to remember the rule of 2 tones, half a tone, 3 tones, half a tone. So if you add together 2 tones, half a tone, 3 tones, half a tone in the key of G, you will have to put this only sharp note, which is the F sharp. Of course, it's better if you just remember this as a rule. The major scale of G has an F sharp, so that could become very helpful. All right, so let's try once again to play slowly this 2 octave scale of major G. Okay, let's go on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and we start from here. Follow the same idea of fingering pattern that we studied in lesson 4, I think. Okay, let's go. A, B, C, D, move to 4th string, E, F sharp, G. Then I move to 3rd string, A, B, C, 2nd string, D, E, F sharp, 2nd fret, and G. All right, and let's see what happens if we put it all together. So we go. All right. All right, so you have a two octaves scale in G major. So basically that's what we'll use today also during playtime. What? Yes, oh yes, of course. When I go back and so on, of course when I go back it's not an F sharp but it's a G flat. All right, so you know this. I'm very, very happy that you remember all this. No problem. As I was saying, during playtime, we will use this double octave scale of major G in the song that we're going to play. And the song today would be a very special song, as usual. Of course, it's an original song, and the structure is based on a chord progression which goes well with this double octave scale of G major. So the structure will be this one, and I will show you. We will start with the G, double strum, and then we go into A. Same thing, G. Okay, this is the first structure. I'm gonna show you right away again. So it's down, 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 down. Okay, this is the verse structure. There will be an introduction where you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry too much, because basically it's just like just G and A. Okay, and I will do a little singing here, modulating. And then we'll start the verse as I was saying. Going back in G. And we start the second verse always in G. Okay, so this is twice. Then we go into A. And E. And A. Same structure. And we start again A, E, A. And then we change here in D major. And we do 4 times. All right, this is the first part of the song. So the second part of the song is where you can play the double octave scale of major G. So it's again, it's like the introduction. What we're gonna do is just like ba 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 ba. Basically, it's just like G and A. Okay, so this is the structure of the song. Try to, of course, you can try to do the strumming, or you can try to do the scale in the part in which I will sing. Of course, I will sing something, but you can actually practice your double octave scale of G major. It's possible that during the singing there will be a thing called fermata. What is fermata? Fermata is when you basically stop for a moment, but the sound continues. For instance, if I do fermata, fermata, and I move to a different chord. Fermata in Italian means stop. Basically, there is a little mark that we use in music, which is like a little arch and a dot in the middle. That's the mark, the sign for fermata. So if you find this, for instance, on a sheet of music, you understand that that's a moment in which you will either stop for a moment the music or make it a bit longer in the same place where you stopped. The great composer Giacomo Puccini used to say that a good fermata should never exceed the same value of the last note that you played. All right. So, but of course you can apply your own rules. I would like to do once again with you the double scale of the double octave scale of major G, and also to see once again the structure of the song. Okay, you ready? We go from G, and. Going back. All right, and now we try the structure of the song. Only the structure, not the whole song. Eh? Okay, we go first the introduction. We do this twice. And then the verse. Stay in G. Then we start again the verse twice. And then you move to A. E, stay in A, and then you go to the second verse. And then you move to the major D chord. And from here you go into the major scale of G, 2 octaves. Da, 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 da. And you move to the D major for a little fermata and end it G. All right, all this will become much clearer during the playtime section, of course, because you will see it and you will hear it and so on. Basically, what you can do is to listen to it and then maybe try and do the scale of G and also practice the strumming. The strumming is actually very simple but effective in a way, like everything we do here at Joint Adventure. So stay tuned and get ready for playtime.
You know, it's playtime!
Ah, playtime! That wondrous collection of zany and memorable moments.
Speaking of which, please remember to follow us on Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram.
Oh yes, and if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe and become our pal. And put us a thumbs up down there, please. Okay, about today's song.
It's a historical song, right?
Yes, based on an ancient Roman Empire melody we dug up in our garden.
The title is?
The title is G, Octavian. That's quite high.
Let's see how high.
Right. Well, of course, about the song structure, we can refer to the second part of the lesson where we explained everything. But we also want to remind you that the title of this song, as usual, is it draws inspiration from the contents of the song, the musical contents of the song. In this case, the 2 octaves of the major scale in G. And that's why the title is G Octavian, that's quite high. Okay, so we dedicate this song to Emperor Gaius Octavian Augustus Caesar. Since his childhood he did favor higher things, mountain tops and eagles' nests and hermits' wings. Nice sandal, gotta get me a pair. Like to play scales on the lyre in the upper keys, for instance in G, slinging up his voice past clouds with utmost ease. And when he became emperor, all his friends and mother told him, G Octavian, that's quite high. Yes, all his friends and mother told said. Yes, quite. And with this, we're off.
But come back to study with us.
Oh yes, always something new.
On Joint Adventure Level 2.
Ciao.
Ciao.